Heyo, how you doing? Thanks for coming back in. Well, that was quick. Heck have I got? I saw the rod out of the way. Sheesh, man. All right, to turn on the feed and look over and the rod's trying to go in. Oops. What do we got? Oh, grass carp. Yeah, that's one of the first ones that he's gotten this year. Yeah, I was trying to say hi, folks. I just happened to press that button and look over, and the rod was trying to go in. Woohoo! Yeah. Do we even have the camera angles right? Let me check. I ain't even checked this stuff yet. Sheesh, yeah, that's right. Got a big old grass carp on, folks. Yikes. Well, let's see if I can do the intros while I'm fishing, fighting the fishing. Hi, y'all, folks. Thanks for coming back in. Appreciate it, my friend. Happy Sunday. Yeah, happy to MBP fishing. Oh, God, there goes your rod again. Fishing. Oh, boy. You gotta love doing this, folks. Yeah, that's like a nice 7 or 8 pound grass carp. Sheesh, dude. I just, went over there and I pressed the button and I looked through the screen and my rod was trying to go in. Oh, boy. Where was that? That was cast like right over there. Yeah, this fish ain't done yet, folks. She's just started. And that is a nice first fish. Let's see if we can land her. Thanks, girl. Give me a break. Heck of a first fish, folks. Yeah, a little windy today. I got the wind block on. I didn't even have time to put the battery extender in, obviously. Sheesh. Now, folks, let me tackle this brute, and I'll get to you guys in chat. Come on, girl. Oh yeah, that's a nice 7 or 8 pounder. Easy. Here goes nothing. Haven't done one of these guys in a while. Yeah, I think we got her, folks. Yeah, we got her. Yeah, come on, girl. Give it a break. Give it a break. Give it a break. Just going to show you off to YouTube. We'll get you back in the water. There we go, folks. Yeah, that's a nice, maybe, yeah, about 8 pounds, give or take. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. Sheesh. I just turned the live feed on and looked over. My rod was trying to go in. What is wrong with you, fishy? Sheesh, dude. And just in time for our first train. Earbuds out, volume's down, folks. That's a gorgeous first fish, folks. You want a thumbnail? Hey, there is a thumbnail, folks. Bye, buddy. It's back in the water. Ow. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, boy. Well, let me get one rod back out here now. Get to you guys. I gotta get my parental flip lenses in. I gotta get the battery extender in. Wow. Hope I wasn't woke up before I am now. Googly. Wow. fish had his wheaties, man. I forgot how hard them grass carp can fight. Especially in cooler water, they can tire out pretty quick when it's like 90, 95 degrees out here. But in these 45, 50 degree water temperatures, man, they got some oomph behind it. Well, welcome back to MBP Fishing, folks. Yes, sirree. Yes, this is our channel. Yes, this is our channel. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, my friends. Yeah, that was in a shallow. So, hey, there might be some big grassies in here. You never know. Yeah, what the heck? Let's get both rods back out. Check my knot, man. Man, that sucker's full. Ooh, doggy, that was a fight and a half. I'm good at that. It didn't bend my hook out, so. Yeah, that was just like having to look over, you know, just turning the tripod on, the cell phone on, and, you know, turning the live feed. And I happened to look up, and I saw through the camera the rod going in. Whoops. I guess I better, you know, stop and go for the rod, right? Oh. You gotta love it when this happens, folks. No faking that. It really is. There's no faking. Yeah, the rod was just sitting like this, right? I looked up and like, okay, everything's okay. Turn on the live feed. Oh, look, the rod. Let's get this rod back out and come check that cat. Yeah, there's always been a lot of people fishing down here because there's a number of sticks up and down this bank. But, you know, I don't care. I'll use a stick. Quit careless. All right. Rods back out. Rods are out. Let's get our Colonel Point lenses on and we will check that shaft. Well, that was interesting. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, my friends. All right, I didn't get a chance to. Really, all I was doing was kind of adjusting the camera here. And I was about to say, yeah, that looks okay. I guess I can turn on the feed. I looked up and, oh, look. Oh, the rod's going in. I see 40 people in. Awesome, folks. And 13 thumbs up. Appreciate that, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get our angles here. Let's see, Chris, what's going on? How you doing, Chris? Appreciate you coming in. And Gator, how you doing, Gator? Yep, Chris says fish on. Yeah, I'm sure you did that, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate it. By the way, PayPal, Cash App, Black is and Chime are linked in my description on my main channel. If you want to donate, you can. If you don't, that's okay too. It's optional. It helps out the channel so much, my friends. Let's see, John, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? John C. John C says hello. John C says, hey, Danny. And Gator says, Chris, I got to keep my eye on these dang old rods if there's some big grassies on here. Let's see, Pierre Coops, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Pierre Coops says, mice. Chris says, Pierre. John says, Pierre, hello. Let's see, Melvin, what's going on? How you doing, Melvin? Appreciate you guys coming in and joining me today. Yeah, this camera angle needed to be pushed back just a smidgen. Yeah, I ain't got the legs clamped down yet. No wonder the sucker's getting lower to the ground. Duh. All right, that looks better. That looks better, my friends. Yeah, I didn't have time, man. That fish wanted to hit. It's like he's got the tripod out. Hit, hit, hit. I think I'm starting to train these guys. They want to hit on camera now. Let's see. John says Gator. Pierce says Melvin, Danny, John, Jason. Oh, did I miss Jason? Jason the Mason, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Melvin says good evening. Chris says bad boy, Melvin. Melvin says hey, Chris. Let's see. John says Melvin, hello. Let's see. Melvin says hey, Chris. And let's see. I'm getting back into chat here. Let's see. Davis, what's going on? How you doing, Davis? Davis says hello. How you doing, my friend? See, Melvin says nice one. Melvin says hey, John. Gator with the I got you emojis. Let's see. Super Dave, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Super Dave says dang. Let's see. Gator says Dave. Chris says Dave. Super Dave says great catch, my friend. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. And thank you, Gator. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Sanders, what's going on? How you doing? Sanders says hi. Chris says nowed. Super Dave says, using the earthworms, my friend. Now, I did bait up the spot a little bit with corn right before I cast over there, so a lot of times that'll get them feeding, but they don't really, a lot of these fish don't eat corn, but seeing it in the water, it just gets them active, you know what I mean? Let's see, Ben, what's going on? Ben says, get struck. Let's see, Danny says, yep, every donation is a big one, my friends. You don't have to worry about it. You got $1 in your PayPal and your Cash App. They add up, my friends. They do definitely. Helps out with bills, expenses, tackle, food, you name it, my friends. Let's see, buying what's going on. And Danny with the pink emojis. Let's see, Chris with the pink emojis. Let's see, Live Outdoors, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Live Outdoors says, how you doing today? Danny, if you could you wrench up Live Outdoors for me when you get a chance? Let's see, Hannah, what's going on? How you doing? Hannah says, hi, everyone. Let's see, Chris says, Hannah. And also Jamaican Outdoors, that's another one. They're friends from me from other live feeds. Jamaican, I see them always in, Modog's live feeds. And also Live Outdoors, fishy things. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see, Jenny says, bless up, chat, thumbs up. Let's see, Chris says Jamaican. All right, 45 people in and 21 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get back to some fishing. Yeah, that was a rude awakening, man. I hate it when they do that. All of a sudden, they know something's going on. They know the camera's going on, so they try to pull the rods in when I'm not looking. And that worm's been clean. There's definitely some fish out here, folks. Yeah, temperature's about 50. We got about 8 or 10 mile per hour winds again. Partly to mostly cloudy. You know, the sun has been popping out from time to time. They're not saying any storms, though, at least. So that's one good aspect to enjoy. Yeah, we just got these little baby red worms, these little earthworms on. Now I'm gonna have to put something on that tripod because I don't want to get blown over 5 times like it just freaking did last week. Yeah, you gotta keep doing sand plants the other day. That looks pretty good. Ooh, yep. We're gonna have to put a couple rocks on the back of this tripod, keep her from blowing over. Yeah, she's blowing this direction, so I need to put weight on this side. Well, am I gonna do this? That should actually do it right there. Be honest. That one rock ought to hold her. He ain't that much, man. Ain't like it's 20 or 30 miles per hour again. was a nice grass carp, but you know how those little suckers are. When you get one over there, you'll spook. Usually they run in schools, right? So when you get one, you'll spook them for about an hour or so. But that doesn't mean, a lot of times when you get the grass carp out of the way, that means a big old common carp or buffalo can come in. So it's not like you're scaring all the fish, you're just scaring that one particular school. And it was a heck of a fight already, folks. That one. Wow. That was just a battle there. That was our first big grassy of the season, by the way. Yeah, I don't think that would have gone 10. I think it's more like 8. So that's a river brute. It's not quite a river monster yet. But you know what? I wouldn't be completely surprised if that went 10. We're gonna go 8 just to be safe. And I can weigh those guys. It's just I gotta put them in my backpack to hold them. I think carrying my net bad luck, so I never bring it anymore. Mike, I saw that. Buddy. That's in the shallows again. Got him, folks. Got him again. What have we got this time? That's in the shallows again. Big guy have another one. Oh, buffalo. Nice buffalo too. Yeah, just go 3 or 4 pounds. And these guys are usually easier to land. Usually. Now, every once in a while, you got one that seems like been eating something with a lot of protein in it. Just barely hooked him too. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. You don't want to give up yet. Quit it, buddy. Quit it. All right, we got him. We got him, folks. Got him, got him, got him. Hooked him right perfectly, actually, right in the lower jaw. Just gotta jiggle that hook loose. Give me a break. That hook is just in the rubberiest part of the sucker's mouth. There we go. That hook's out now, folks. This hole's still, yeah, that'll go 4 or 5 pounds. Yeah, you can tell the coloration on this guy. He is just coming in from the depths. Look at those light colorations on that fish. So this fish is usually much darker than this, but since he's coming in from deep, muddy, dark water, this fish is very light. Hey, a fish is a fish, right, folks? And I love these guys. These are little kissy fishies. Yeah, they're the cows of the Mississippi River. They really are. Grazing all up and down these shorelines. He got a little blood on his lip, but that's just from the hook. Get that out of there. Yeah, that's already stopped. Oh, dude. All right, let's give her one good look in here for you guys. Get her in here close for everyone. Yeah, they are a beautiful fish. They really are. Yeah, that'll go about 4 or 5 pounds easy. Gotta love doing this, folks. Look at that top dorsal fin. That's the only defense this fish has, and its speed. You, buddy. Thank you. There she goes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, well, don't need to worry about getting slimed today. I've already been done twice. Woohoo! Wow. You guys wonder why I like down here. 2 bites, 2 species of fish. Ow, that one got me. Stabbed me in the side of the hand. And that top dorsal was like, oh, you little stinker, man. I was popping it out there deep. Pop, 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 pop. Man. See if I can get both these rods back out and come check that chat ASAP, folks. Gobby gobby worm. These are straight from my worm bed, folks. These are some of the healthier ones I've gotten this year. Very fat, very thick. I got some littler ones in here to kind of fill in the gaps because I don't want to take all of my big ones quickly, but I think we'll need one more itty bitty worm on this one just to give it a little bit of a dangle in the bottom. I always think that helps when you're out here giving that big gob makes it so they can see it, but at the same time you want something else on there like a little tip or something to make her dangle. Where was that? That was right on the middle again. It was just drifting right down in her middle. All right, bottom. On the bottom, folks. And that drag's a little loose. Probably the reason why I missed that. When I set the hook on that, the drag slipped. It happens with bait casters, folks, because when you're traveling with them, you have to put them like in places, and all it takes is one little touch of that drag until it loosen up on you. Now it clicks. It's just the problem is you're usually not near it when it clicks. Like for me, when it's clicking, I'm riding my scooter to a location. I'm not really paying attention to that. Ooh, out. Back the dryer. Well, about 7-8 feet. Not super deep. And just making sure that wasn't snagged. Sometimes you'll hit down the bottom and you'll get snagged instantly. Boy, that's totally weird. Yeah, I don't like that. It's a little bit too far down. Another bite. Every cast over here right now, folks. I'm ready to set the hook. He dropped it the moment I tried to set the hook. Might not have a chance right now, folks. Well, that was another one that was really pulling on it hard. The moment I tried to set the hook, he let go. guys aren't giving me much of a chance right now, folks. I'm trying to get to you guys' chat, get the battery extenders and everything hooked up. They're really, really on today. Where's this battery extender? Where's the battery extender? Where is the wire? There's the wire. I see it now. All right, folks. Let's see if we can do this. Battery extender. We'll come check this chat while we're doing this too as well. This right here. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that, my friend. Let's see, Jamaican says Chris. Let's see, Rich, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Rich, just get him. Yeah, we've caught 2 so far today, Rich. We caught one 8-pound grass carp and that 4-pound buffalo sucker. Let's see, Chris says, yep, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel so much. Like, subscribe, share us out. You know, helps us out so much, my friends. Let's see, Spawn, what's going on? Spawn says, hello, good grip. How you doing? Spawn says, hi, Chris. Let's see, Fishing with Justin, what's going on? How you doing? Justin says hi. Let's see, Spawn says, bravo. Let's see, old what's his face, what's going on? How you doing? Old what's his face says, let's go. Let's see, 2 so far. Buffalo carp and grass carp. All right, drive safe, buddy. Let's see, Justin says good. Let's see, Hannah says hi. Let's see, Fungus, what's going on? Fungus says, do you catch anything? We catch fish all the time down here. We catch a wide variety of fish, Fungus. Buffalo carp, grass carp, common carp, freshwater drum, channel catfish, blue catfish, flathead catfish, sturgeon, stripers. You name it, they're down here on the Mississippi River down by the arch. Oh, what's his face says Hannah. And Gator with the Cyclops emoji. Okay. Let's see, 43 people in, 32 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've already caught 2 on feed so far. We've caught 1 8-pound grass carp and 1 4-pound common carp. 4-pound buffalo, I mean. It's a buffalo sucker. I keep trying to say buffalo carp, even though it's a species of sucker. Oh, you little stinker, man. That was popping it again. You can just see that rod going dink, 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 dink. Current isn't that strong. Can't pull that 1/4 ounce weight. We're just using little garden worms right now, little red worms, little night crawlers, little white worms. Gobbing these on the hook about the size of a quarter. They go nuts for them. I can dig about 100 of these a day right now, and when later in the season I can get some bigger night crawlers, but right now this is kind of all I can get, so that's what we're fishing with, folks. I have 3 or 4 night crawlers in there. It's getting warmer as the water temperature, as the ground temperature gets warmer. We'll start getting some bigger ones. What do you do to it? Nothing. But he did grab that one into that worm off. Remember that little itty bitty piece I said I put on there to make him interested in it? Yeah, he grabbed that piece and left the rest of it. They're good at doing that too. They're very, very good at doing it. Yeah, we're just kind of letting this one on the right drift from there down to there. Sometimes they'll pick it up, sometimes they won't. All it takes is one pickup. And it is legal to chum for anything but rainbow trout in Missouri waters. So a handful of corn will go you a long way down here. All right, I think we're okay. Let me get that battery extender plugged in. Never good to have your battery discharged when you're down here, because you never know when something's going to happen. Twist an ankle, something that you really need to call someone. All right, let's get this in here quick. Get that so the wind doesn't bother you guys. I know that wind's blowing quite a bit. We got a wind block on, but that I have to wedge it over the top of the battery extender. There we go. Yeah, there we go, folks. I like that. Camera angle looks okay. I pull it up just a little itty bitty bit. There we go. Bite on that close rod again. Let's see, Gator with the googly eyes. Danny with the googly eyes. Let's see, Gator says, I see you too, Danny. Let's see, Chris says, dang it. Let's see, Danny with the emojis. Let's see, Gator says, Danny, shave your head. Stubble is killing me. Oh, boy. Let's see, Danny with the laughing his butt off. Let's see, Cindy, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Cindy says hi. How you doing, Cindy? Let's see, Danny says hi, Cindy. Let's see, Cindy says, hey, Danny. Pierre says Cindy. See, Danny says Pierky. Okay, let's see, Hannah says, it's going to be 85 tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be a much better day tomorrow. But, yeah, you know, I'm impatient. Let's see, Cindy says hi, Steel. Let's see, Cindy says hi, Pierre. Pierre says, Mikey. Let's see, Fishing with Justin says hi. Let's see, Joseph says hi. How you doing, Joseph? Danny says, Justin. Let's see, Danny says hi, Justin. Justin says, how are you? We're doing okay, Justin. 2 so far on feed. That's definitely a good start, my friends. Still pinging on that one. Oh, he was on there. Just sitting there with it again. Hard to hook them when they do that, because they'll just sit there with the bait for 10 minutes. Just gotta either pick it up and feel and see if they're on there, or just set the hook. Because if you try to pull it the wrong way, they're just gonna let go. They're very good at spitting it out. Trying to keep those rod tips up a little bit so that that back current doesn't grab it too badly. See, eventually she drifts all the way into the bank, and I'm not going to get anything like that. It's on the drift down there when I'll get a bite. Let it pop. Dang, dude. You see that? How hard that fish popped? Popped it once. Current's pulling too much for me to use a small weight out there. I've got to use like I believe I've got a 1/4 ounce on that one and an 1/8 ounce on this one. Motor seems to be holding fine. It's just they seem to be whacking at it more than little weight. They just double it and try to pull it in. Slightly bigger weight, even though it holds. Really your best bet, because all they do is smack at it and let it go. Oh, stinker. Amazed how much worm that sucker took off with that one little peck. Got some bait off again. I can see that hook. First thing first time you get down here, you don't really want to be stingy with that bait. You want to put on as much bait as you can get on the hook. After you get them to start to feed, then you can kind of cut the bait amount down. Right now it's the beginning. We don't want these guys to be we want them to start feeding up. Like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it as much time as I can get it to bite. I'm going to cast out nearly straight out. Let that settle straight. Just let that drift fish down. If the wind would be like this, it would be fine, but you know, it's been gusting like 8 to 10 miles per hour, so how is that holding? That's like 3. I guess that's okay. That's right in the middle of that channel over there. I could try putting a little bit more weight on that, maybe another 1/16 of an ounce. I don't really want to go too heavy on it. I see 62 people in. Incredible, my friends. I see 34 thumbs up. Awesome. Don't forget to like and subscribe, my friends. Let's see, OLED. ABD, what's going on? Abdi. How you doing, my friend? Abdil says hi. Let's see, Chris says Justin Joseph. See, Cindy says, I wouldn't mind the cold weather. I'll swap it anytime. 50s and 60s are fine, Cindy. I don't mind the, you know, it's the 30s and 20s, and I don't, yeah. Let's see, Terry, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Terry says, howdy, Mr. MB. Let's see, Denny says, hi, Terry. Chris says, Terry. Cindy says, hi, Terry. Terry says, Mr. Chris and Mrs. Cindy. Hello there. Let's see, Ray, what's going on? No, we don't get any stingrays down here. There used to be a species of freshwater stingray back in the 20s, but that was long. They've long since been extinct in the Mississippi River. Yeah, there used to be a species of freshwater stingray down here, but yeah, that was before my time. Let's see, Ray says hi. Chris says Ray. Let's see, Gator with the googly eyes. Danny says, how are you doing, Ray? Cindy says, I'm good. Thanks, Mike. How are you doing? I'm doing great, Cindy. End of the month. Got hopefully enough to last to the end of the month. Keep your fingers crossed on that one. Something doesn't pop up. You know how crap can pop up sometimes. Out here fishing. Weather's not too bad. Yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day, my friends. That's got crap on it. You can see it's kind of stuck out there. Oh, something not good. Right on the edge. Something out there. Make sure that's not snagged up. Sometimes when that hits the bottom, it'll get snagged instantly. Then it makes me wonder if they're further down here to the right. I just can't hold it. It's very easy to put a little bit more weight on here. I think I'll do that. Not much. I think I'll put one of my 16-ounce weights in here. I don't know what that would be, a 16th plus an eighth of an ounce. To be honest, I probably should be casting a few artificials around with those stripers we saw on our last trip. Cast around a big rooster tail or something, I don't know. It's always a plausibility when you're down here. You never know what might work unless you try it. Probably be easier in my other box. I got more of them this thing. Plus I've got the glass to where I can see them. Not the glass, the plastic. Let's see. Where are they? I can't see any over here. Oh, this one. Come on. I'm just gonna put like a 16th, an extra 16th ounce of weight on here. She's just drifting a little fast down here to the right. This doesn't take long to read. A little extra weight on here. Changing the weights is pretty easy when you got these little leaders on here. You just pop that off. Put that right through there. I can get that little stinker on there. That's on there. Just retire. This is when something usually tries to double my other rod in when I'm trying to do something like this. Alright, I don't know how much weight that is. It's an 8th plus a 16th ounce. It's just a tiny, tiny bit more. Not much. I still want it to drift. I just don't want it to drift quite as fast. Weird. What that one was weird. That worm looked like it should go on the hook, but it was just a little bit too small. That's a little little bit more warm on there. Where do I want to cast her? Cast it out, still out the middle. We're gonna, if I remember correctly, there's a tree sticking out over here to the right. I don't want to get too far and get in. That is probably what I was going to do if I was going to cast there. Do that. Here comes a cat boat up the river, doing about 60. Yeah, there is a, oh, that's a pop, dang it. And they just don't like this heavier weight over here to the right. I get most of that bait off, and I'm just not getting a chance to hook them on this sucker right now. Odd, I might have to switch to a lighter weight on the rod I'm fishing out deeper. Stinkers they can be tough down here, folks. They really can. Like the other day, the only fish that were really doubling the rod were the small drum. Even the bigger drum were pecking on it. Big stripers I got, yeah, they were pecking on it. Big channel catfish, he gave one pull and then he just kept pecking on it real likely. I think that'll hold for a minute, folks. Check that chat. What's going on? What is wrong with that? That drifted all the way into the bank again. That little stinker should be out there in the middle. Should be like out here. That's what should be holding. Hold today. Leave the nuisance. I'm trying to see what this is going to do before I come over there. Oh, you little scat out the bite. Now we can't do it. Try to pull it in again. That might be just enough weight for it. Might be getting another train, folks. Sounds like it. Another train. Your bud's out, folks. Volume's down. I think we're good. Happy Sunday, my friends. Happy Sunday. Hope you're enjoying the show. 48 people in, 35 thumbs up. That's just incredible, my friends. Okay, let's see. Hannah says, who likes likes watching basketball? I used to when I was younger. I don't watch it much anymore. I don't really have a lot of time to watch a lot of professional sports anymore. Just my old television program. Yep, basketball is decent. Yep, it's definitely fun to watch. Let's see, Gator says, heck yeah. See, I love watching March Madness. Let's see, Chris says, that's bad, Hannah. Let's see, Roy, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Roy asked, what kind of bait are you using? Let's see, I've got just common garden variety fresh worms I just dug. Just about an hour and a half ago. Work for multiple species down here. You can catch pretty much anything in this river. Let's see, somebody really, what's going on? How you doing? Somebody really says somebody really was here. Let's see, Hannah says, yep, worms and corn. I am baiting up the spot with corn, but not really using that for bait yet. Yeah, that's my backup bait, assuming I run out of worms. Plus, it'll bring the a lot of species in here to feed. Hi says hi. How you doing? Let's see, Chris says hi, somebody. Chris says HYU. Let's see, Outdoors with Skeeter, what's going on? How you doing, Ryan? Ryan says everyone cheers, Mike and chat. Let's see, Justin says have a great day. Let's see, Carolina, what's going on? Carolina says hi. Hiya, Mikey. How you doing, Caroline? Let's see, Cindy. Carolina says hi, Cindy. Yeah, that wind is making these bites seem pretty difficult to see it from over here. Let's see. Skeeter says howdy, everyone. Cindy says Caroline. Chris says Caroline. Kaidra, what's going on? How you doing, Kaidra? Kaidra says hi. Carolina says hiya, Chris. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, my friends. Hope you're having a great Sunday. I see we call them 1 8-pound grass carp and one 4-pound buffalo so far. Let's see, Cedar says, I'll be live tomorrow night for an overnight fishing trip. Awesome, my friend. Hope you catch a big one, and I hope I can catch you, buddy. Those overnight ones, it's tough because, I usually conk out around maybe 7 or 8 o'clock. I used to be a night owl, but I lost that when I was in my 40s. Jeez, man, they are really tearing that. It's amazing they can tear that worm up without even seeing it bite. Let's bite on that one. Checking on it. Got a bit, so it's on. Oh, popped off. Man, it was a nice one. Dang. Yeah, I loosened my drag when I had that bigger one on earlier, and I forgot to tighten it. Crap. There's some big ones out here right now, folks. Again with another one that was just, I saw that rod peck once or twice. He was just sitting there with it. And that was moving right on that edge over there. I don't know what that could be. I mean, it could be anything from a striper. It could be anything. I hate doing that. That hook looks pretty good. Razor, like, sticks my finger in. Yeah, I loosened that drag a little bit on that big grass carp, and I didn't tighten it back up. Holding that spot, I need to cast up tiny bit. Even this amount of weight, they don't seem like. It's about the same spot. It's settled. Top direction, the bottom. Heck, that as soon as it hit the bottom. Gotta settle in a minute. It's gonna bounce a little bit until it settles. Perfect. Nice gobble. More money. Never went out that far. About like, yeah, right there. Looking good again. Again, there was another one that just grabbed it, and he probably was sitting there with it, just chewing on it. All right. This wind was blowing quite as bad. I could see these bites from over here. Sometimes I can see them, sometimes I can't. I thought it was a bite. I couldn't really tell until I got out there. Let's see. Skeeter says, nice catch, Mike. I appreciate that, Skeeter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Chris says, good luck, Skeeter. Carolina says, train. Let's see. Skeeter says, thanks. It's Pablo Gardin. What's going on? Gardin says hi. How you doing, Gardin? Let's see, Rebel, what's going on? Nope, that's Real. How you doing, Real? Real says, MVP, what's good, family? Let's see, we caught 1 8-pound grass carp and 1 4-pound buffalo so far. We just had another one hooked and pulled off. Let's see, Real says, guys, hit that thumbs up. Awesome, my friend. Yep, don't forget to like, subscribe, share us out, man. It helps out the channel so much. It really, really does. Let's see, Real says, what's up, Chris? Let's see, Real says, how's the fishing today? A little windy, but we're getting bites. It's just hard to see these bites. These are some big ones down here, so they're not really doubling the rod per se. They're just giving it a couple pecks and sitting there and chewing with it. Let's see, Bainosaur, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Let's see, Bainosaur says, hi. Let's see, yep, 1 grass carp and 1 buffalo carp. Let's see, Cindy says, hi, Steve. Let's see, my Miracle, what's going on? How you doing? Let's see, Miracle says hi. 29 people in and seeing 38 thumbs up. Back to these guys. Didn't hold right that time. Just gotta hold that one spot. If I miss it, I don't get a bite. It's like right there. Now, I know, put a heavier weight on. If I put a heavier weight on, they won't hit it at all. I mean, just look at that other rod. Every time I come in, the bait's gone, and I ain't seen the rod tip move. They're sneaky down here. They really are. You guys, snagging carp and other species is easy enough, but if you're trying to hook them in the mouth, it's a little bit more tricky, trust me. They're very weight sensitive. Let's leave it right there. This sucker, I know that bait's pretty much gone. Yep, he was on there again, just sitting there with it. Picked it up and felt him again. Yep, look at that. Almost all that bait is going again. Man. Got a bigger something to do with this other rod. This heavier weight, it's just... I could put a lighter weight on there, no sweat, it's just holding out here. Put a little closer, maybe I could cast a smaller weight if I put her in closer. That's an option. See if I find another weight in here. I'll put this real quick. That's another 1/8 ounce. That's a good one. Lucky. Yeah, it's real easy to re-rig these, by the way. There's a pop. Seriously, dude? It wasn't me. I ain't buy that rod. They always do that when you're freaking trying to re-rig something. I just don't think they're going to hit that heavier weight at all. Line through that hole. Seriously? Man. Oh. Was not being fair. I'm already happy for the day, and we just gotten started, folks. We put a little smaller weight on, not much. Come on, buddy. Get it. Good. I think we're going to cast this right about there. Not nearly as far out as I was before, but she should hold at that distance, that light of a weight. And even if she doesn't, we can leave it. Oh, I got him, folks. Got him. Not snagged. Man. Oh, come on. No? That could have been worse. That's all right. I'd rather get it out of the snag than... I didn't get a hook into that fish, so hopefully he's still sitting over there. hard to use my backup cell phone in this stuff because when I'm pointing in the right direction to be able to use it, you guys can't hear me, so might as well just go behind the camera and do it. Save the hotspot data for a nice bluebird day or something. That's not too far. Should work. They're both kind of holding in the right spot. Mind you, that one's not quite out as far as I want it to be, but it's holding close. Looks good, folks. Looks good again. Let's go check chat, see what's going on. See 40 people in. Awesome, folks. And see 40 thumbs up. 40 and 40. Hey, those are some good numbers, my friends. Let's see. Miracle says hi. Let's see. Tony, what's going on? How you doing, Tony? Tony says hi. And Paul, what's going on? How you doing, Paul? Paul says, hey, Mike, how's it going? Going okay, my friend. We caught 1 8-pound grass carp and 1 4-pound buffalo so far. Let's see, Abraham, what's going on? How you doing, Abraham? Abraham says hi. Let's see, Paul says, hope you're a great day. And Cindy says, hi, Paul. Let's see, Paul says, hi, Cindy. Chris says, hi, Paul. Paul says, hey, hey, Chris, how's it going? Checking on them rods. Let's see, Chris says, hope it's not windy on the rig, Paul. Let's see, Real says hi. Paul says, last night came back, canceled the work, and I'm standby until Friday. Yeah, it's pretty windy. I don't blame him, buddy. Let's see, Yana, what's going on? Yana says, dang it, me, hope fishing going well. But don't even fish anymore, and my life is hectic. Well, you should get out, my friend. Get out fishing. Doesn't matter if it's a little farm pond, wherever. Just wet the lines. It helps out so much, my friend. Let's see, Yenna says, I love the community so much, and I appreciate all those reactions, my friends. Those also help out the channel. Let's see, Dorothy, what's going on? How you doing, Dorothy? Dorothy says, hello, Paul. Let's see, Yenna says, but so much going on. If you get the chance, I mean. Let's see, Cindy says, hi, Mama Dorothy. On the wrong angle here. Yenna says, Dorothy, hi, Paul. Let's see, Real says, hi, Cindy. See, Paul says, it's Chris. I got paid everyone until 1900 in the evening. Let's see, Dorothy says, hi, Cindy. Paul says, hello, Yenna. Real says, rock bass. No rock bass in this river, not anymore. Oh, boy. Last rock bass I caught was probably back in the probably in the the late 60s. Let's see, Dorsey says, Yenna. Yenna with the laughing his butt off emojis. Oh, bite. Close rod. Let's go. Stinker. Popping it. Stinker was popping it there. And a lot of times we just feed the fish half half the time I'm down here, I'm just feeding them. Every once in a while, I'll get a hook into them. Every so often. That's why they don't mind biting. They know they're going to get a meal out of it no matter what. They just in lined up and down the river here going, it's feeding time. MVP is here. Come get your grub. Yeah, that little weight actually held enough, just enough to get a bite. I like that. It wasn't that far out either. That was too far. If I go there, I'll wind up right by the bank down here to the right. But if I go right there, it'll hold. Chris is going around while I'm over here. All the way into the bank again. That's enough worm. I ain't putting any more worm on than that. We're back. I was popping that close rod pretty good. I just a few seconds behind him. Let's see. Chris says that's good, Paul. Let's see. Dorsey says hello, Real. Let's see. Real says hello, Dorothy. Yana says, think maybe my drinking's got me. Well, good a time as any to cut back. Let's see, Fishing Babe, what's going on? How you doing? Fishing Babe says hi. Yana says, just popped in to say, I miss y'all. Well, I hope you're having a good weekend. Yeah, Nan, I really do appreciate you coming in. See, Paul says, nice, Mike. So that skunk is already away. Yeah, that skunk was already away the moment I started the live feed. I just turned the live feed on and I looked over and that rod was going in. I didn't have time to set up the camera that good. Let's see, Yana says, hit that like. Appreciate that, my friend. Let's see, Fat Cat, what's going on? How you doing, Fat Cat? Fat Cat says, hey. Let's see, Babe says, good luck today. Let's see, Dorothy says, Fat Cat. Let's see, Fat Cat says, hello, Fishing Babe. Yana says, holy carp. Yana says, I'm out leaving him with chat. Let's see, Fat Cat says, hi, Dorothy. See, Yana says, what chat? Let's see, Cindy says, hi, Fat Cat. Fat Cat says, Cindy B. Let's see, Chris says, Fat Cat. Fat Cat says, Chris. Let's see, Pierre says, Fat. Dorothy says, Pierre. Paul says, Coops, hello, how are you? Let's see, Pierre with the thumbs up. All right, 42 people in and 43 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If this wind would die down, I could see you fight very good, but it won't. Every time it starts to die down, it comes right back up again. There it goes again. Let we get that wind die down for a minute. And she's just blowing right up the river. I mean, it was blowing any way in this direction, from this direction to this direction, you wouldn't even be feeling it. But nope. Blowing this way. That's a southerly breeze. Guess that's the reason why it's a little warmer. wish that one I would have. There he goes. Come on, buddy. I see you pinging on it. They're getting good at that right now, folks. One more worm on the very end of this to give them a little bit of a dangling thing going on. There's enough worm on there to which the fish is going to be drawn to it. I want them to see something a little bit better than. That seems to be working. If I cast it just a little bit, it'll bite. That's all that. Right on the edge of my eyeball. I just happen to look over and saw that rod go ping. Man, I don't know how I'm missing that. I don't know what those are. I haven't hooked anything out in front of me yet. Next time I'm gonna have to watch this thing. See if I can feel to get them to hit it just at the right time. We got another train, folks. Another train's coming. Earbuds out, folks. Volume down. As far as I can see that way, it's continuing to go. Put her out there, getting bites. Now, okay. working on it. I'm trying to figure out how to do this with the right angles. Right spots. That's even further. Hold on to the end of that worm. That time I know exactly where I got it. Right in the middle of that. Both look like they're holding okay. Twice I missed that fish. I think that's still a big one. I had him hooked and pulled off. I get a little trickier after you get a hook into him. Let's see. Zay, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Zay says hi. And Julian, what's going on? Jean Ramon. How you doing, Ramon? Ramon says, Rosala's song. See, Hannah says, I'm planning to go fishing Wednesday if it's not raining. Good luck, Hannah. I hope you catch a big one, my friend. Let's see, Bambi, what's going on? How you doing, Bambi? Bambi with a retracted message. And it says, what do you mean, Bambi? And Bambi says, boss, the train. Can you see me? Let's see, Bambi says, hi, Hannah. Let's see, Hannah says hi. Bambi says, there must be something wrong with my phone. My Hannah. Thank you, Hannah, very much. CB. Vijay, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Vijay says hi. And Fish on Entertainment, what's going on? Fish on Entertainment says woo. Entertainment says smash that like button, my friend. Yep, smash that like button, subscribe, share us out, helps out the channel so much. Let's see, Dorothy says hello, foe. Dorothy says hello, we got a fish. Let's see, Fish on Entertainment says Dorothy. And it says hi, Fishing on Entertainment. Babby says hi. Entertainment says hi, Hannah. And it says, foe, sorry I haven't been in your chat for a while. I haven't been so busy with my work. We haven't done a live feed in a couple days, so no worries, my friend. Let's see, Cindy, what's going on? How you doing, Cindy? Cindy says hi. Hi, Cindy. Hi. Hey, Cindy. Hi. Hi, Cindy. We're doing okay. We got one 8-pound grass carp, one 4-pound buffalo so far. We had another big one pulled off on us. Let's see, Dorothy says hi, Cindy. Let's see, Cindy says hi, Dorothy. Let's see, 71 people in. And 52 thumbs up. That's just incredible, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're having a great Sunday. And I hope you're enjoying the show. All right, let's get back to the fishing, my friends. All righty. We're getting bites, but I think some of these are big grass carp, and they're being very, very finicky with their bites. They're just wobble, and that's it. They're done. They're holding in a spot where I can't put on a light amount of weight, really hold there. So I'm just kind of drifting by. Sometimes they'll grab it, sometimes they don't. The only way I can really go after them right now. If I was alone, I'd be taking like jig heads, just casting them right down those edges and just letting them bounce down. But pop, come on, buddy, come on, get it. That line was just so slack. Frustrating. Crap. I couldn't tell from that angle with this wind blowing. Forgot. I'm supposed to let that one bite on it. I forgot. Cast that way of current, so it's a hold. Yeah, there's a major difference between a bait bouncing and when it's getting a bite. Because it'll bounce like this, right? And it'll go, yeah, that's a bite when it does that erratic stuff. How's that one holding? Okay, it's like about like that. Pretty good. Come on. See, that's these big ones down here. They're just tick, tick, and that's it. Man, it's tough to hook them when they do that. The temperature's about 55 right now, Cindy. It's partly to mostly cloudy. The sun has been popping out every once in a while. It's not too bad. The wind's making a little ick, but we're making it work. Got that time, folks. Got that time. Barely got that one too. What do we got? Whoa, buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, that sucker took off on me. Big freshwater draw. That's our third species of the day. Wow, that's a big one. $4 or 5 pounds. That'll go about 4. Yeah, definitely 4. Not quite a 5-pounder, but getting there. Close to a river brute, folks. Yeah, I hooked them barely right on the tip of the lip there. That's how you can tell they're not hitting great. All right, here we go, folks. Yeah, that's our third. That's about maybe 3.5, 4 pounds. Yeah, that's about 4 pounds. They don't quite weigh as much as a largemouth does for size, but they're close. See, that's about 18, 20 inches long. So if this was a largemouth, they should be keepable even up at fairgrounds. Gorgeous fish, folks. You gotta love these guys. Gotta love it, folks. Check out down that head. That's one of the things I love about them. Those purples and blues and silvers, chromes, just gorgeous fish, folks. All right, buddy. See you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's get back this rod out, and I'll get back to that chat. I just basically had to bomb that to the left and let it drift fish all the way down. Yikes. Worst thing you can do when you have the line wrapped around the tip like that is to keep jiggling it. It'll get worse. All right, those stinkers off. Buddy, hit it. Dude, seriously? Had that rod around the other. Oh boy. Glad I didn't set the hook too hard. Oh boy. Well, that could have been worse. I could have had my rod fling out in the middle of the river. I was focused in on trying to set the hook on the fish. I didn't notice the rod. The line was wrapped around the other rod. It's a daisy. Back. Rod, honestly, should be stuck out there. Probably what I should do is I should move this rod out. Hold up. That way I can get that hold out there a little bit deeper. I mean, it's not much. It's only about that much distance, but look how small of a spot this is. I mean, that much area is quite a bit. Sorry, folks. I was right in the middle of doing this. I'd get back to you as quick as I can here. You guys are having a great Sunday, my friends, and I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. I forgot to ask Cindy if you were going to go live tonight. Hopefully, if weather permits. I know you guys were having some crummy, yucky old weather the other day. Yeah, it's been very erratic weather recently, folks. We've been getting like 39, 40 degrees at night and barely getting to like 50 before dark. Now, this was the first day where it was like noon and it was just pushing over 50 degrees. So I figured, good a time as any to go out fishing. If you can stand the temperature out fishing, you might as well go out. Be surprised at the fish that are hitting when the water's cold. I kind of always am. I'm always surprised at how their warm water species of fish are out here hitting, and that water is still cold as heck. No, it's not going to hold. Might be a little too far over the left that time. No, but that wasn't moving at all. That was dangerous because there might be one rock sitting there. Let's settle. Both look pretty good. This one's still drifting in right into the bank again. I know where they are. They're sitting right out there by the side of that thing there, but I can't hold it. No matter where I seem to cast, I drift right past it. We're doing some drift fishing right now, folks. It's got a cast and retrieve. It 137 people in. That is incredible, my friends. It's Sari, like, subscribe, share us out. It helps out the channel so much. Alex, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Let's see, Hannah says, how you doing today, Skipjack Cindy? Let's see, Macy, what's going on? How you doing, Macy? Macy says hi. And Dougie Doug, what's going on? Hi, Dougie Doug. Doug says, nice drum, Mike. I appreciate that, Doug. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, August, what's going on? August says, wow, big. Yeah, that's our third fish for the day, third species. We've also caught a big buffalo and a big old grass carp so far. Let's see, John, what's going on? John P. John P says, MVP. Bugman brother. August says, thank you, and with the laughing emojis. Let's see, Dorothy says, hello, John P. It's August says, what's up? Let's see, Sebastian, what's going on? How you doing, Sebastian? Sebastian says, hello. Sebastian says, hi again. Let's see, John says, Dorothy hugs. Let's see, August says, where do came from? This is St. Louis, Missouri. We're in the United States of America. Yep, this is the big old mighty muddy Mississippi River. Let's see, John says Danny. John says Hannah. John says fish and prayers. Let's see, John says 8 p.m. here. That's getting late, my friend. Getting late in the evening there. Still early to get here. We're a few hours behind you. We're back in time. Yep, you guys are watching. Gotta go back in time. No, good. I won't do it. I wanted to. I started to. I stopped myself barely. Oh, you little stinker, man. Man, that was pulling on it. Sheesh. I should have had that one. I should have had that one, folks. That was pulling on it. Eventually, I think these fish get so lethargic after eating 20 worms, they wind up accidentally letting me hook them. Eventually, they're like, dang it, you fed me enough. All right, fine. I'll hit it so you can hook me. gobble worms again. If fish gets near that worm, he's going to get that hook on him. That was closer. I can hold it right with that one. I just for the heck of it tried in a little closer. That time he hit it. Let's see if he'll do it again. Might be people pop coming. They've been already. He's popping it there. Still popping it too. Popping it. I never had a chance to set the hook there. It's just come on. He's doing it. Keeps on nipping at it. Out of focus. Out of focus. Not enough current. Another nice drum. Boy, that's a gold colored one there. Find on the other rod. Up with these guys. So that's our second freshwater drum. That'll go about maybe, I'll go about 2 pounds. Just a hair over 2 on that one. Look at the bronze colors on that one. Definitely in here bedding up. When they get that gold color on them, they're in here nesting up. Gotta love doing this, folks. This is beautiful. I forgot to show you guys background shot a little bit more. All right, let's get her in close here for you guys, and then we're gonna let this fish go. Gotta love doing this, folks. All right, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sleep. Okay. Folks, let me get this back out here. It's okay. Good again, folks. Let me grab my phone. Throat's getting a little dry. It's 108 people still in. Incredible, my friends. And 68 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Reed, don't forget to like, subscribe, share us out, my friends. Let's see, John P says fish. And John P says 8 here. And August says, thank you, mister. You're very welcome, my friend. Let's see, Wrangley, what's going on? Wrangley says fish on. I think our chat's frozen again. Yep, it was. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Let's see. Danny says, yep, hit that like button, people. Okay, let's get back to some fishing, folks. How the heck am I missing those bites down there? Must be just beating something down here, right? That line is like totally slack again. Yeah, there's the sun popping out for a minute. And there she goes back behind the clouds. So let's see, 2 freshwater drum today, one about 2 pounds. And one about 5 pounds. We caught a 4-pound buffalo carp, buffalo sucker, and one say 8-pound grass carp. Not bad so far, folks. Not bad at all. Trying to keep those big grass carp can be hungry this time of the year. They'll eat until they're ready to pop. It's about time I saw one in here. I was wondering where they are. That's our first big grass carp we've seen this season so far. Usually I'll see them in here a little earlier than that, but we've been having some erratic weather going up and down in temperature, so kind of makes sense they'd be acting a little wonky. What am I supposed to do with these suckers? They just keep on pinging, ping, ping, ping until that bait's gone. Bing, 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 bing. There's nothing I can do with them. I just can't hook them enough. They're either too small to hook or. It's possible there's something a little too small to hook. Anything in this river will hit these worms. You guys know I've caught some. It's weird. I'll come down here and it is just real crazy. Like one day I'll catch a 30-pound fish on the same bait that just a little later on I'll catch a half-inch fish. We gotta make a change on this one because those little guys are just tearing our worms to pieces over there. I could just try it, maybe a heavier weight over there, but I know what's gonna happen. They're just gonna peck on it and let it go. I ain't even like this amount of weight on there. Pretty good. Right over here. I'm gonna have to cast her out. Hopefully that'll hold. Bouncing. See if she stops down there. Fish on. Sitting there with it again. Sitting there with it again, folks. That's our third of the day, folks. That's about a pound. Boy, that's a silvery bluish. Man, that's got some colorations to it, folks. Check this guy out. Silvers, blues, just wow. Like a thin little male. He should be about a pound and a half, but he ain't got a lot of meat on his bones. I love doing this, folks. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Happened there. I was in the brain of a drum. I was like, all right, see you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's see what's going on with the chat, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, my friends. Let's see. Denny says, let's get that 100 likes. Hey, we're on our way. 70. 69 so far. Almost 70. Let's see. Hannah says, hi, Danny. Danny says, hi, Hannah. Hannah says, how are you doing today, Danny? Let's see. Monster, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Monster with the arm getting stronger emoji. Let's see. Riverway, what's going on? Riverway Avenue. Hey, yeah, it's a fish. Dadgummit, it's a fish. Yeah, we've caught so far. We've caught 1 8-pound grass carp, 1 4-pound buffalo carp, and 4 of those nice freshwater drums so far. Let's see, 76 people in and 70 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you. Get back to some fishing, folks. Yeah, last trip down here, we caught a couple stripers. So, yeah, stripers, striping bass. As in trophy, 4 or 5 pound stripers. Yep. I'm not surprised I see them down here. It's just when you see them in schools. Man, them suckers are hard to hook over there. Yeah, the ones over to the right are the big ones. Yeah, you'd be amazed at the kind of big fish I get down here on the Mississippi River, folks. Some massive, massive blue cat, flathead, channel catfish, grass carp. There's some big ones down here, folks. Fish have been in this river longer than I've been alive and be down here probably after I'm gone. I figured out what I need to do to hold right where I want to. I gotta cast it just in the right spot so it settles. Yeah, that was a thin little male. He's probably been on the bed doing the nesting thing, and that was his first solid meal. John, folks. John. Finally hooked that stinker. Boy, that's better. Got the time. Another nice freshwater drum. That's our fifth. I'll go about 2, 2.5, 2.25. Oh, definitely over 2. Got him right in the upper jaw. Hooks out. Gotta love doing this, folks. I mean, where else can you come down and get such wide diversification of species? And so close to North St. Louis. I mean, you got a beautiful little sandy beach down here. It's all like, it's almost like my private beach. I mean, it's not private land. I mean, it's like, I rarely ever get anyone to fish down here. Like all by my lonesome. Without you guys, by the way. Yeah, that's like a nice little 2-pounder. All right, buddy. See ya. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Trying to get back to you guys so I can get back to that chat, but they aren't giving me a lot of opportunity, folks. Oh, by the way, if you guys are new to the channel, can you try to keep it PG-13? Kind of try to keep the cuss words down to a minimum. I do understand, you know, sometimes exciting stuff happens. Totally understand it, but we just try to keep her as clean as possible. dead edge of that rock face again. That's 6 of those guys so far today. So we've got 6 drum, a buffalo, and a grass carp so far. All on like little garden variety worms. I mean, these little guys, I dig them. I dig them. I raise them myself. Good again. And the sun's come back out again. Let's see if she stays out for a little while this time. I do love this river down here. I really do. I might fish like the parks around here during the weekdays, but during the weekends, give me this river any day of the week. So quiet, so relaxing down here. Every once in a while, you'll watch a turkey or a deer go by. She says, "How are you doing today?" Let's see, Diego, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Diego with the retracted message. And Tom, what's going on? Tom says hi. Let's see, By Meadow, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? By Meadow says hi. By Meadow says hi again. Let's see, Cindy says hi, Monster. Cindy says hi, Riverway. And Mohammed, what's going on? Mohammed says, no, hold on. Yeah, we released the majority of our fish down here, folks. Now, every once in a while, if I have a friend or someone come down, I'll give them a fish. But besides that, we primarily do catch and release. All right, that looks good again. I'm just checking our chat, make sure she wasn't froze up. There we go. Let's see, 61 people in, 77 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're just going to let them sit here and soak for a minute. Yeah, that wind's starting to die down a little bit. I can see these bites now. Yeah, far rod's getting knocked. The close rod's getting popped again now too. The sun keeps setting out. I'll take my jacket off for one of my jackets. Yeah, that wind can eat through several layers of clothing, so your best option is to put on more than one jacket. What I did. Now she's getting a little, it's a little bit warmer. Looks like that sky's cleared up for now. Oh, you little stinker. They know I'm gonna let them go. I don't know why they don't hit hard enough for me to hook them every time. Pancho, what's going on?
What they doing, baby?
Couple drum, not many.
Okay.
I think like 3 so far. I've been out here about 2 hours, so not a whole lot. Yeah, you know, we had that warm cold snap for a while there, so kind of slowed them down. And look, the water's up another foot. It's back up a foot. Nah. I'll let it warm up another day or so. They'll start hitting again. Yeah, I know, folks. I was fibbing. I was fibbing. I was fibbing. I was fibbing, folks. Miss Giggy, what's going on? How you doing? Miss Giggy says hi, Mike in chat. How you doing, Miss Giggy? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. 106 people and 76 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're enjoying the show. Yeah, I was fibbing. I don't want them to come down here and... Yeah, I don't want the competition today. Yeah, I don't want the competition today. They're hitting pretty good. I just don't want to tell them. You probably will come down anyways. Let's see. Danny says hi, Miss Giggy. Thank you for dropping by, Miss Giggy. I know you're busy right now, and I do appreciate it. I really, really do, my friend. Oh, there's a bite on the close rod. Yep, popping. Got him. Got him, folks. Popped off. Yeah, those suckers are hitting so light. Hard to keep them hooked. Ripped me right off that spot so fast. Sheesh. See, heck on. These little stinkers it ever possible right now. Heck, where's that line? Heck is I see it now. Let's cut down on some worms here, see if we can get them to hit a smaller amount. Instead of putting 3, let's put 2. Go. One more on there. One more fresh one. Go. Feels like it's getting a little bit warmer out here, but I don't know if that's the sun or not. It's that sun warmed us up for a minute. That line is slack. They are good at doing that, folks. Just ripping that worm to pieces. Like they're both holding again. They're gonna pull okay. Looks like it. Looks like they're gonna hold okay this time. The current bounces around, so you gotta kind of compensate it for as best you can. Let's see, what are we going on in chat here? Let's see, there's Miss Giggy. And Kant, what's going on? How you doing? Kant says hi. Kant says hi again. Kant says good luck. Let's see, Chris says Miss Giggy. Miss Giggy says Chris. Chris says 131 people in and 81 likes. Yeah, can we get to 100, folks? Can we do it? Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, share us out. It helps out the channel so much. How am I missing that They're just... One time I pecked on it, I set the hook, I got a fish. Next time I pecked on it, I set the hook. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Sucker hits that bottom, they peck on it. I believe I can't hook them. Yeah. Look at here. Got a lot of little babies, guys.
I'm gonna have a fishy fry Saturday. Whatever you catch, I go buy for you.
Got them, folks.
I go pay for you, okay?
All right.
Okay. I got a little basket of you in my bag.
And we got another one, folks. Ah!
I have a little fishy fry real quick.
Another one, folks. I keep a few for you.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, they're running right now, so. Another one, folks. Yeah, that's a nice little, like, pounder. That's probably almost 2 pounds. Are they almost 2 pounds?
Yep.
Pound 3/4, something like that. All right, buddy.
That's my best one.
I'm gonna put it up.
Oh, okay. Not to put it away.
I got you. Kind of sets like this. Just enough.
That's it. That's it. There you go.
Wrap it around here. Higher. Just for a little extra. Shove that in the ground. Should be good with that. All right, folks, let's get this back out here. I'm not sure. I think that's 6 or 7. I'm not sure. They sure aren't hitting the way they were the other day, really. I mean, they're just... That last one, he's just barely picking it up that line. They still hitting, folks. We're still getting bites and we're still catching fish. Yeah, I'd love to get another one of those stripers.
Yeah, I know.
But oddly enough, they'll run in schools. Like you'll see them, like there'll be 1,000 of them here, and the next day, yeah, they'll be gone.
Yeah.
Like what do you call them? Packs of wolves. Wolves up Mississippi. They're roaming and eating and. Probably won't see another one for a week or two.
Yeah.
And drum are everywhere.
Depending how they want to go, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They like to follow that bait around. If you know that. They do love chasing them.
Right.
Shad and the little baby grass carp, whatever they're feeding on. I'm sure they wouldn't turn down a couple small baby carp or grass carp or whatever. We're back. Check that chat. What's going on? Yeah, I think that's a six freshwater drum, a buffalo, and a grass carp so far. See, somebody really says like and subscribe. And see, Northeastern Outdoors, what's going on? How you doing, Northeastern? Says hi. Chris says east. He says hi, Chris. Yeah, I didn't want to put it out that far. It's yours, so if you lose it, it's mine. If I do it, it's not so good. And see, Chris says yes. Nice one, MBP. Let's see, Danny with the fishy emojis. Miss Kiki says nice. Let's see, Emmy, what's going on? Emmy says very nice. Appreciate that, Emmy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Danny says, Steve, we don't play that here. First warning. Yes, please try to keep the chat clean, clean as you can, my friends. Let's see. Dorsey says, wait a minute, that's see, Limbaum. Hi, Colby. Thanks for coming in. Colby says, thank you, thank you, thank you. Danny says, Colby. Chris says, you don't like it, Steve. You don't have to watch. Nope, my friend, you don't. We try to keep the chat clean as we can. Try to keep her as PG-13 as possible. Miss Kiki says, somebody. Let's see, Hannah says, hi, angling. 107 people in, 85 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, remember that whole spot out there was out the other day?
Yeah.
Underwater again.
Yeah, we got a little water.
It went up probably about a foot.
Maybe why they're not doing much of that. They got a little food up there, you know what I mean?
Very possible. Clean that hook off. Those little stinkers are. They're hitting, but they're not hungry. They're just right. Oh, food there. I might as well take a nip at it. Oh, man. Folks, let me get these rods back out. Check that chat, okay? Good. Good. Make sure that's stabilized. Every worm's got to go on a hook. Got him, folks. Got him. Sometimes you just gotta risk it. See that rod pecking and set that hook. Fishing. Definitely number 7 now. Might be starting to wake up. The sun just come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy 2. 2.5. Oh yeah. There we go, folks. Another nice solid 2.5 pounder.
Yeah.
Get quite ready. Get quite ready. Folks, I switch up angles on that one. Gotta love doing this, folks. Alright. We're gonna get a close-up view of this guy. Alright, buddy, thank you. Not even 10 fitting suckers in here. Let's get these rods back out. Stops. Wouldn't be that bad when blowing off the dang water.
Yeah.
I'll pick up every little stinky worm down here. About tell that one come off a little bit. There's another big catboat going up the river. Catboat coming towards my house. I ain't saying much though. Picking on him again.
You ain't no catfish?
Not no catfish today. Not even little babies. You catch 2 nice carp, but you know people don't like carp that much. Yeah, way too many bones in those suckers. I see Colby says, Danny, EMS, Miss Kiki, Chris, send me somebody, Hannah, Cindy, anybody really? Anyone else that I missed? Miss Kiki says somebody. Let's see, Hannah says hi angling. And Leon, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Leon says hi. Chris says hi, Leon. Chris says fish on. And see Travels, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? My Travels says hi. Miss Kiki, yep, a beautiful one, my friend. And Chris says out. All right. Happy to have you in, Chris. I hope you have a great rest of your day, my friend. Or your evening. Or, yeah. It's later over there. Let's see. Miss Kiki says, heard anything yet, Chris? Let's see. Steven, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Steven with a shout out and the hi. How you doing, Steven? 99 people in, 89 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you're enjoying the show. All right, we're looking pretty good. That one close where I was getting popped while I was manning the jet. Cleaned it. Cleaned it, folks. Yeah, no more using 4 worms. Now I'm just using 1. Once you get them starting to feed, you don't really need to put 4 on a hook anymore. I try some corn here in a minute. I don't know, folks. I'm missing stuff. Might be good for big old buffalo or something. That angle like that, I can only do that. cold is good over here, but you don't get the snag.
Yeah, there's a lot of rock down there. You got a sand down there. There's a lot of rock. That must be thinner then.
There's no lead in that thing. Yeah, they are just a little bit slower than our previous days down here, but we've been having some erratic weather for today. No better to go to one worm and they won't touch one worm out there. 2 or 3. Move my line slack. Well, weather this year, it's either cold or windy. Yeah, cold and kind of like no wind, or windy as heck and warm. So we're in the windy days. check that chat. Being a nuisance today, folks. Just being a nuisance. 97 people in and see 92 thumbs up. That's just incredible, my friends. He says, hi, Stephen. Let's see, Sebastian's, what do you catch today? Let's see, 7 freshwater drum, a buffalo, and a grass carp. Let's see, Stephen says, looks good there. Stephen says, hi, MBP. How you doing, my friend? Let's see, Bojan, what's going on? Is it better weight is better in stones, right place, behind to right? You mean, is it better to fish where there are rocks or where there isn't? It's actually better to fish where the rocks are. Just, you know, it gets more snaggy and stuff. So I prefer to fish right around the edges. That way I don't get snagged as much. Let's see, Saprik, what's going on? How you doing? Sep says hi. Danny says hit that like button. Yep, almost 100. 78 people in. Let's see, 92 thumbs up. That is just incredible, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How you doing, Kip? All right. Think about it. I've been doing that a lot today, where they just pick it up and then they just drop it right back down. It's really getting frustrating. I'm putting it out there. I got bait. I don't even see a bite in there. Bait on it. Every single can. Not enough for me to see a bite. I got him.
Got it.
Got him, folks. Get that one, folks. Oh, we got him. What the heck is that? That's a common carp.
Bring it out too.
Common carp, folks.
Bring it out. I take that motherfucker too.
Dude, seriously?
Yes, sir. Bring it
Yeah, the
out.
last time I had someone keep them, they tried to, I'm just gonna, they wound up in the hospital with cyanide poisoning.
Bring it out. What about it?
All right. So these things live in sewers where, you know, they pick up all kinds of chemicals and you
Bring it out.
Hi, buddy. This is on feed, folks. So, I walk. These guys are. Alright. That's a nice common carp.
Yes,
Five,
it is.
maybe,
Nice and clean. Bring it out.
about 5 pounds. I'm not kidding you. The guy almost died of cyanide poisoning.
Bring it out.
Knock my hook away. I have to get a new hook on. Alright, there we go.
I knew you gonna do that.
I still got him. I still got him. I still got him. I still got him.
Oh shit.
Alright, there we go, folks. Ain't no harm, no foul. Yeah, I see that humpy. I try to stay away from the ones where they got them humps on them. Alright. That'll go about 5.5 pounds. Alright, buddy. One good look to this guy. Gorgeous, folks. We've caught all 3 species of carp down here today. Today. Look at that bright orange tail. All right. It's on feed. I mentioned it before now. All right. That's one of the few things I won't eat out of this. I'll eat a gar before I eat a corn. Yeah, we broke our hook off on that one, and it went my mind, so I don't know where it went. Let me get this one rod out while I'm looking for my box to get a hook. I can check you guys in the chat. Now that explains why I'm having trouble hooking them. Those things are really sensitive. Those are sport fish in Great Britain, UK, Netherlands, and they use microline, like 2-pound, half-pound tests, like stuff that 15, 20-foot rods. And I lost my. No, it's still in there. Okay. But I lost my lens there. I see Miss Gigi says, nice one. Danny with the fishy emojis. And Chris says, yep, just 3 more likes for 100. 67 people in and 96 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, Robert, what's going on? Robert says, heck yeah, man. Yep, yeah, those slippery little suckers, I know. All right, let me get a hook out of here. Yeah, when we broke that hook off, I have to get a new one out, so. Assuming I can find little stinkers. Oh, nope. None of them. And let's see. Yep, that's them. Yeah, these are circle hooks, but the trick to using them is you bend them. You take the circle away. You bend them out. Not as easy as you think. These hooks aren't designed to bend. Alright, that's a good hook. Don't say MVP doesn't get the fish, folks. Multi-species, we caught 3 types of carp and freshwater drum. So that's 5 species down here so far today.
Yeah.
I didn't have much leader to spare, so I had to be very careful with the way I tied that. That's what the corn does, folks. Remember I said I was throwing corn in a little bit? Yeah, they won't hit the corn, but Lord knows they'll hit other things. They'll come in for the corn. It'll attract them. Like, we're using a little bit more weight than usual here, because I can't really see biting this big wind.
hey, my thing is, hey, you talking with the guy, let the man know, hey. Okay? Is he okay? Knock it out.
Whoa.
I said he's wicked.
Blow in on me. Yeah. The good cast, folks. I think I'm gonna check that chat. I got my foot wet on that one because I jumped in after the little stinker. he did a kamikaze towards the water, and he almost got away. Let's see, Robert says LMOA. Let's see, Pepe, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? Pepe says hi. Chris says, baby. Chris says, woohoo, we up 100 likes, folks. That's just incredible, my friends. Thank you. If 106 people in and 100 likes, that's just that is awesome, folks. Thank you. Let me get a drink of soda here. Hope you guys enjoying the show today, my friends. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Hope your weekend's going awesome as well. Let's see, Chris says, woohoo, 100! All right, just a second, folks. Let me get my... Might be a bite on that close rod. From that angle. Yep, no, it's biting. Got him, folks.
I'm not. Hey, listen. I'm not gonna wait. I know about the draw away. They gonna be 3,400 for the draw away. The spot here, the draw away, they gonna be 3,400.
Nice freshwater drum. Number 8, folks. 8 freshwater drum, a common carp, a buffalo, and a grass carp. Yep, so we broke into the double digits. Definitely. Yeah, that's a solid pound fish. Now these are the perfect eater size, folks. That'll fit in a pan. One fish will fit in that pan, and you got a meal. All right, hook this out.
So what the hell are you doing? No. Try it.
You're gonna run out of room in this thing quick. That's not too far out. All right, let's get these rods back out. Rod back out.
Next thing I'm ready.
You guys wonder why I love fishing these spots down on the river. us to find 9 or 10 fish over 2 pounds in St. Louis City. Pretty good, folks. Pretty good again. That's all it is just like a little quarter-sized ball of red wigglers. Little red ones. Amazing how effective this technique is all over. I mean, I've caught fish in Montana, I've caught fish in Texas, I've caught fish in Alabama. Pretty much the same technique in Gulf of Mexico. I was catching flounder and speckled trout too, except I was using shrimp there. It was the same technique pretty much. Now for a long time, I didn't have money for weights. I was using washers. Thanks to donations from you guys, PayPal and Cash App, I'm able to get some actual fishing gear. And donations to viewers like Dougie Doug. We're using those weights every day out here, my friend.
I give them money for the 2 or 3 months. I tell you what, they be coming out of here. Not only 3 months, they be coming. I think I did some new ones.
I think our rods are set back.
I ain't gonna be hitting you.
Popping already.
I'm down here by the breeze.
Don't like that. Didn't settle right. Didn't settle right. Got him. What have I got?
I'm out. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever.
I don't feel like a problem. Don't feel like a drop.
But if you need this jacket, man,
that's pretty big, whatever it is. I think I've got a pretty good idea of what this is, folks. Shaking its head like that. Now the rod is out.
Alright, I keep hunting me. I quit when I get out of here. See what's up.
Whoa. Running. Little itty bitty peck bite, little wobble, and I couldn't even tell it was white. We got another striper. If we do, we got another striper, folks.
All right, bring it on. Yeah, what's up, man? I don't know.
Nice striper.
Why you sleeping so much, man? Are you playing Eagle something? Are you playing Eagle something? Are you gonna have a baby something?
Oh yeah.
Huh? Are you sure? Somebody hit the rice car with a baby.
Yeah, little peck bites, folks. Barely even tell us with a fight. Oh yeah, this is about 7 or 8 pounds. Oh man, that's a big striper. We're gonna get a weight on this fish, folks. Check this out.
Thank you.
That's just insane on a tiny little piece of white worm, folks.
gotta be here.
All right, where's my scale? I think it's over here. Yeah, we're gonna get a weight on this fish, folks. Yeah, this is another trophy. Come on, quit it. Zooming this sucker out. I'm gonna go about 7.5, 8 pounds on this one.
5.5.
Oh, 5.5?
Yep.
Okay. We'll see. Assuming I can get this sucker in here. Go in. Just got to reset her. Jeez, dude. Man, them things are razor sharp on the edges. Yeah, this thing is just being a nuisance, folks. There we go. 6.39.
Wow.
Almost a 7-pounder, folks. We're gonna wash her off so we can show you guys this fish in close. You would think there'd be bass down here on the Mississippi River like this. Down by the Arch in St. Louis. Yeah, that's 6.39, so almost a 6.5 pound striper, folks. I think that's it for the basket. Don't you think?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that's it for the basket.
Yeah, it is.
All right, folks.
Yeah, for the basket, that's it for that.
One more for that. Yeah, I ain't getting any more in there, buddy. All right. You guys believe those? They're hitting tiny little white worms down here, folks. That's just, that is amazing. Let's see, 91 people in and 104 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Robert says, nice fish. Robert with all Trismoses. And Robert says, nice, man. And Ken, what's going on? How you doing, Ken? Ken says, nice. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did I miss anybody in chat? I make sure I didn't scroll past anyone here. Oh, no, we're good. I see Ken says, you're the man, you're the man. And Dan, what's going on? Dan says, nice fish. I see bass fish here in UK. They look very similar. Yeah, it's amazing. This is the muddy, yucky Mississippi down by the Arch in St. Louis. Getting big old bass like that down here. Who can believe it? Yeah, that's probably a road. It was setting like 4 feet in front. I mean, it was setting 4 feet in front. When I set the hook, he took off running down there, right? But he was setting right there. I don't get it. Those fish are supposed to be like in deeper water, but heck, they do what they want, right, folks? I fish where they are. It makes, yeah, over the years, I've given up trying to understand the fish. I'm apparently too dumb to figure it out. Yeah, fish are like, they got brains this big, and I'm too dumb to figure them out. Yeah, that was like probably right about there, pretty much. But either. Look at that. I do love that fluker, man. That drag is so clean. I could turn that fish on a dime, turn her right back. It ain't that expensive a reel, it's like $50. That's the most expensive reel I've owned in years. Not bad. Get some pretty good equipment nowadays. I tell you the truth, those stripers do taste pretty good. White perch and stripers and buffalo are the two best tasting species in this river. Throw away their freaking catfish. They eat garbage. Carp, same thing. They eat a lot of garbage. You know, the regular. Now, grass carp, they're vegetarians, and they're great to eat too. That's the one species of fish I'll stay away from is that regular carp. Now, they're great to catch. They're fun to catch. I mean, they're incredibly fun to catch. Let's see. Ken says, relaxing on this the Lord's Day. Yes, sir, Ray, man. I mean, what better way to come out here and fish? You know, I've thought about it a number of times already today. 84 people in and 105 thumbs up. That's just incredible, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we try to keep religion a little bit low on the chat, but you're okay. Just, you know how some people will go nuts with it. Yeah, carper. Well, these guys are pretty good predators down here. I mean, grass carp, I've gotten them to hit a lot during the summertime on chatterbaits, on topwaters. Now, you know, buffalo and common carp, they are a nice, fun, and relaxing species of fish to fish for. But these grassies down here, they can be freaking aggressive during the summertime. Let's see, Chris says, I'm out having a good one, everyone. See you on the next one. All right, I appreciate it, my friend. Have a great rest of your evening. Got the bait? Man, they good at doing that, ain't they? I've gone through 90 worms already. I'm only hooked on 8 of them. Like, come on, buddy. He's popping it. Wind will mess you up, man. Yeah. Get right there. Go ahead. Oh, God damn it! Fuck! That motherfucker got away. Son of a bitch. I made it when it happened. Fuck. Oh, well. Back in there again. got enough fish.
Well, we'll have a fishing practice this weekend.
Yeah. What's in that basket? You're already fishing.
Most important will come. You know what? I can take it home actually.
Plan to make. All right, we're back, folks. 91 people in, 108 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Thank you. Gerald says, grass carp are not so common here. A lot of places they're not common, very common either. They're not all too common in this location. Now, there's a few schools that go up and down the river. During the wintertime, you won't see head or tails of them. And a lot of the season, you don't see many of them at all either. They're just starting their spring run, so that we've seen one good one this season so far. That was today, right at the beginning of the feed. Aggressive little sucker. I was just trying to turn over. My rod was going over the stick and going out to sea. If I hadn't gotten it quick, it'd be down by the Gulf of Mexico by now. What's my personal best on stripers? Down here about 16 pounds. Yeah, I know that's not really that big. But, hey, down here on the Mississippi, now I get a lot of like 3s, 5s, 7s, 8s. We've already caught 3 this year. Yeah, over 4 pounds. And the fall time, you get thousands of white bass down here too. Yeah, I know that's not really that big as far as stripers go. They get in the 50, 60 pound range or something, but I really don't fish for them all that much. It's just, I'm fishing for multi-species. What hits, hits. All right, that was definitely a hit on that far rod. Hang on. Saw that.
He's down there, man. He went up. He's snagging one point bass. This one has 4 pounds of meal.
Yeah, my personal best. I don't fish them that often. If you had minnows and stuff down here, you'd probably get some bass from it. We're just using like worms, so. Personal best for grass carp of the. Yeah, get some 50s down here. Oh yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, you ought to see them when the water's up high. You know what they're doing? They're grazing through the grass. Oh. Yeah, they're primarily vegetarian. If they got veggies to eat, they're going to eat it. But they're going to eat something else if they ain't got it. I mean, think about it. The most vegan person on the planet, if they ain't got any vegetables, they're going to eat some meat. Before they starve to death. Regardless to a vegetarian you are, if you eat anything in 2 weeks, yeah, that steak's pretty dang good. Freshwater clown, striper, a common carp, buffalo, and a grass carp. Yeah. Some little worms that dug behind the house. Fishing gear. Where did it get? See what's going on. If you're just tuning in, we're down in the Mississippi River, down by the arch in St. Louis. Let's see, nice. My PP is a sea bass, 11 pounds, 7 ounces. The record doesn't reach 20 pounds offshore here. Let's see, Sandra, what's going on? Hi, Sandra. Appreciate you coming in. Sandra says hi. And Rusty, what's going on? Rusty says, use a crushed Brussels sprout for grass carp. I've heard a lot of different things work for grass carp. Wadded up balls of bread. I have caught them on cherry tomatoes over the years. I've caught them on mulberries. I mean, literally whatever type of vegetables. I'm a couple of places in Texas, I remember, they have grass carp and they were like schooling around acorn trees. And guess what I used? Yep, I put an acorn on. I dug a hole right through that acorn and slapped that in the water, and guess what? Yep, they were hitting it too. Let's see, Danny says can try that. Let's see, Kevin, what's going on? Kevin says hi. Danny says hi, Kevin. You guys are enjoying the show, my friends, and hope you're having an awesome, awesome Sunday. If every once in a while I gotta come back here and take a drink of soda. I mean, there's no sense even trying to use my backup cell phone. Over there, Mike, what's the time on the live? 3.5 hours. Yeah, we got about a half hour left. I like to be extremely consistent with YouTube, doing 4-hour feeds, 3, 4, 2 hours, hour and a half. Whatever, just to be extremely consistent that way. You know, YouTube knows how long to push you. And I've been doing that for a while. So I think it's really been helping. Goes right again. On it. Just imagine when the wind dies down here one day. Any good day where I don't have my rod trying to get blown off the shore lines, and I'll see how many I can get. These days, it's hard pressed to even see a bite. amazing how fast time flies when you're down here. I'm a half mile guy. I'm like, we've been in 3.5 hours. Yep, we've been in 3.5 hours. Fill that time with chat, fishing. Time just goes by like that. Yeah, I can tell it too, because I'm starting to run out of worms. These little stinkers can eat 100 worms up pretty dang fast. They know me. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Got a few worms left in here, not many. Enough to make it to the 4-hour mark, sure. Plus, we always have corn to back up on. There's plenty of species down here that'll eat corn. Both look like they're holding pretty good. Great bite back. Yeah, it was a little above average, that striper, but still a pretty good one. Let's see, Dan says it would be a dream to fish the U.S. For me. It looks amazing. I have the same feeling about fishing in the U.K. and the Netherlands. Looks amazing over there too. Let's see, Rusty says, have you ever caught something there you never thought you would see? Oh, let's see. Yeah, rainbow trout. Yeah, the closest place that they stock rainbow trout is way up in Merrimack Springs, almost 150 miles upriver. So for them to be one down here, it was crazy. I did not think I would ever see a rainbow trout down here, but I did catch one. Oh yeah, I've caught underwear. I've caught that day. I caught underwear. I caught a shirt. I caught a sock. Yeah, I don't want to know where the person was that had that on. By the way, yeah, that was freaky. I did too. The one day I caught a pair of underwear, a shirt, a sock. Yeah, I don't want to know where the rest of them was. Yeah. And see, Rusty laughing his butt off. And wasn't that funny? I was like, do I want to keep fishing here? Because I've caught some body parts over the years down here. Yeah, I've caught a hand. Yeah, I won't talk about that. Let's see, Rusty says, Merrimack Springs is 20 minutes away from... it's 2.5 hours from here. Merrimack Springs State Park. The day we become a true fisherman is when we bring up that single boot. Yep. That's crazy when you wind up catching other people's clothing. Now the wind tries to die down. Really? It's blown off the river all day.
Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Back, folks. We're back. No, it didn't have a ring on it. And see, Danny's laughing his butt off. It wasn't funny, Danny. It had a very yucky smell to it. That was one of the first smells I've ever detected in my life where I didn't even get it out of the water and I could smell it. Yeah, someone's hammering in a plank for fishing downriver from us. That'd be kind of bad if it said that had a splitting ring on it. That would be kind of like, that'd be bad luck. All right, folks, let's get back out here. Yeah, you're on your own carrying.
Oh, I gotta feed it.
I don't mind catching them, but I don't like cleaning them, and I don't like carrying them.
That's it. You don't got that.
That's the reason why people like coming into my live streams to watch me fish. I mean, you only got about half the fish I actually caught. The rest of them are still in there. Still enough room on there. But we do have corn to back her up for a few minutes. Anything how fast we can use 100 friggin' worms down here. Looking good there. Oh man, it's just tough. Dang it.
It's a young right there.
Pretty good workout?
This a there too. Shit. Woo.
Okay, man. Yeah, missed that bite. Got many left. Let's see what's going on in chat here. What did I miss here? Luigi, what's going on? How you doing, Luigi? Luigi says he's no. Ambu, what's going on? How you doing? Ambu says hi. And Josie, what's going on? How you doing, Josie? Josie says hi. Jan says, sea bass are running amazing fish to eat. Have in the UK, and considering one of the more expensive, but our stripers a good type of meat to eat. Yeah, in a lot of places they are extremely tasty. Taste a lot like a white bass. Now in some areas they have trouble with mercury. You don't want to eat them in those locations because they are predator species and they'll wind up eating the smaller fish. It'll wind up getting mercury in the bigger fish, and yeah, they'll get you. So just check your local ordinances, your local locations to ask around to see if you need to worry about that. See, Sarda, what's going on? How you doing, Sarda? Sarda says hi. And Joa, what's going on? How you doing, Joa? Joa Clemente. Clemente says hi. Hi, Clemente. We got about 10 minutes left. That bounced all the way down current again. Get on there there again. That's why the line was flat. Yeah, I didn't know where you were. I had to make sure I was able to hook in your chin.
Yeah. Every one time somebody I was behind him, somebody hit me right there. On my ear.
Ouch.
Stop for somebody.
Yeah, at least I look, right?
Yeah.
I think we are officially out of worms. But they only last about 4 hours, so 3 hours, what, 45 minutes, 3 hours and 50 minutes, whatever. Pretty close. And we're out. Oh well. Day 3. I did it myself. John folks. Man, that sucker hit it on. It was 20 field, whatever it is.
I'll take a big one too.
God. Nice one.
I'll take one. Oh yeah. Get that thing. I go home now.
That's the biggest drum of the day for sure. That's the biggest common carp I caught. We got him. Ah. Yeah, that's as big as that striper I caught. Tell you what, folks, I think this is a great way to end the feed. What do you think? Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah, that's as big as the striper we caught earlier.
No.
Yeah, it was close.
Close, but not
And not quite.
No. It's probably a little bigger than me.
Gorgeous fish there, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show, my friends. We're a little early before 4 hours, but not that far. Alright, I'm just gonna say bye to you guys. I hope you enjoyed the show, my friends. Another awesome day down here on the river. Hope you enjoy your rest of your Sunday. Another gorgeous guy, folks. Yep, that's a brute here. Another gorgeous one, folks. I'm just gonna have my old good luck. Stay safe. Hope to see you on the water, my friends. Keep doing what you love. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.